I'm kind of just playing around with this piece of silver. I cut it to some sort of length. I think it was a size 8, which was about 70 millimeters long. And I rolled it through this, I don't know what the hell this is called, roll pin machine. It's really meant for sheet metal. It's not really meant for jewelry. And I'm not even quite sure how the thing works. I didn't think I needed all 3 of them, so I disconnected the one, and I've just been rolling it through the 2. And it's old. I had to restore it. I had to actually sand these things. I did a lot of work. I restored this thing. I don't even know how I got it in here because it weighs like 100 pounds. But I did it, and it's on the lowest setting possible. And this stuff that I bought off eBay, this roll of sterling silver, 3 foot roll of sterling silver. It's flat on one side and rounded on the other. I kind of wanted it flat on both sides. It's not something I thought of when I bought it. Just a lot of things that a new person wouldn't think of when just buying this stuff. I mean, getting all the tools was already quite a project. I mean, and they're only like $20 tools, but after you buy $10-$20 tools, that's 200 bucks. And setting up a workstation over there, and I started playing with this when I got home today, because I just got it. I did put it through the roller once, and it kind of flattened it out. And the interesting thing about this is you don't have to panic too much if you mess up on it, because you could just hammer it back into shape. And I'm not too concerned about hammer marks. Actually, I think it might give it more character. I don't know how good you can see that. I wish I had a better camera stand. My camera stand is so freaking cheap, it'll just tip over. There it goes. Oh shit. Of course, if I knew how to automatically zoom without manually zooming, that would save the situation. So that's the flat side. That's the side I rolled. And I'm for a beginner, I'm actually trying some kind of upper level stuff here, because I mean, I've soldered all sorts of crap, but I've never soldered jewelry. Never done a solder joint. But I have done a lot of soldering. But so that'll be a first, soldering a solder joint for jewelry. And also I'm gonna do stamping, and I plan to gold fill the stamping with 14K gold solder. And so God knows how all that's gonna work out. It's not something you see anyone doing. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out, and to even see how it works out with, you know, does it stay in there? I know I'm gonna have to stamp it good, And I might even have to take Dremel tools, engraving tools, and make it even deeper. I think what you want to do for this is get the deepest etching you can, so that that gold fill will go in there and have the best chance of staying in there. Deep etching and sharp etching too. You don't want it to come out of there. So it's gold fill, it's not gold inlay. Gold inlay is when you get really crazy into it, and you got these special tools that make these kind of inverted etchings, and then you hammer the gold into it. That's gold inlay, like real gold inlay, because you're inlaying the gold. That's the true definition of that. I know I was in one of my gun videos, I kept saying, oh, I'm gold inlaying because I'm using epoxy and gold dust mixed together and wiping it into an etching. No, I mean, that's an easy gold inlay. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, gold inlay. Everybody knows gold inlay. That's actually not gold inlaying. That's not even called gold fill. That's just called, technically, mixing gold dust with epoxy and wiping it into an etching. But now that we're getting serious here with you know, precious metals and jewelry. Okay, so I don't know. I just kind of decided to make the video out of nowhere because I mean, it's kind of, what is it, 10 o'clock at night. Usually I'm watching some freaking murder mystery or something like that, or something. And I'd probably be too tired to even stay up. I just started working on it. I had done this when I got home, and then I got it out and I just started looking at it again, and would really prefer to do this in the daylight. And my station's not even set up, so I'm going to spend tomorrow setting up the station. I guess I'm gonna try to do some stamping here. I do have a solid brick of aluminum that I was going to use on that little stamping station that I prepared over there, but it's late at night and I still haven't found that aluminum ingot brick. I think it's out in the shed. So, because that's what you want to stamp on solid metal, but I just can't resist, and I've got the energy to do this right now. And the first set of stamps came in, and they're a bunch of heart stamps. Unfortunately, they're kind of big for this gauge. This is 10 gauge. 10 gauge is pretty freaking thick. I mean, I could, if I can get this more flat. I mean, this is actually, I wouldn't really want this to be any more flat, other than for the purpose of stamping. I got my other stamps coming in tomorrow. I think they're actually already at the post office. I just have to pick them up. But these heart stamps, unfortunately, most of them are too big. These are the only ones that seem somewhat small enough that they might go on this. And I'll use the wider side. So I'm going to try to stamp these, see how it goes. So it kind of worked a little bit. The problem is, I'm not getting any gold filled into those stamps. I would absolutely have to engrave and etch them out much deeper to get any gold filled into them. Now, I am just stamping on this countertop. So if I had the metal brick on top of the metal stamp station I set up over there, I'll most likely get much deeper stamps. But you can see them. You can see them pretty clearly. I mean, if nothing else, if you did a bunch of those stamps all over a ring, it would still look kind of cool. I figure I'd give an update. I'm in the middle of doing this. So I got my ring shaped. I got it flattened out with this roller, this sheet metal roller. I've got my stamps. I stamped, let me flip it over. I stamped practice ring on it, and there's the hearts from last night. And I've got a 925 and a 14K stamp on the inside because it is 925 silver, and I'm going to attempt to fill these letters with a 14K solder gold fill. And this is how it's going so far, which is actually decent. This is my workshop that is getting set up as I work on this. I've got my metal stamping station here. There's all the metal stamps. I got all the way on the left is the heart stamps. The middle is the letters and numbers, and on the end there is the precious metal stamp.